Brentford 3, Manchester United 1. But the ref was thinking. I feel like PGMOL missed the memo that Manchester United need to play against 10 men in order to win. Why was there 11 Brentford players out there on the pitch? They should have known that Manchester United weren't going to be able to beat them had they had all 11 men. What happened there? Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality. All jokes aside, actually, no jokes aside, Manchester United have done exactly what we expect Manchester United to do. The game against Chelsea was just them at home against 10 men and Chelsea being bad more than them being super, super good. We all knew they would go back to type, and boy, did they go back to type. Ruben Amorim's obsession with Bruno Fernandes is killing Manchester United. Every single manager that has, I guess because Bruno is technically one of their best players and the captain, they feel like they can't maneuver around him, but he always seems to giveth and then taketh away. Where he was calm, cool, and collected against Chelsea and scored the opener, he turned around and missed another penalty that would have equalized that game today. That is the second penalty that he's missed this season. You could actually say that he has cost Manchester United 4 points this season already. And that doesn't even take into account the moments where he's out of position or he does his Hollywood passes. It doesn't even take into account everything that makes Bruno Fernandes a super frustrating player. I think Bruno Fernandes is quality, but I think you could be quality and also be holding a team back. He is their Mbappe. Bruno Fernandes could go somewhere else and be really, really good, but ultimately that would help Manchester United move forward. But Ruben Amorim is absolutely obsessed with this guy, so much so that he's willing to drop other players that are also good, that don't miss penalties, in order to keep him in the team, in order to keep him in this weird position. I don't get it. Couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. Manchester United fans, I don't know how you do it. That's his 9th loss in like 14 games. In Ruben Amorim's time at Manchester United, he's lost more games than anything else. He has more losses than anything else now. 9 losses in like 14 games. He's a dead man walking. There is no way that he survives. No way. The Chelsea game was what it was. That was an isolation, and a funny isolation at that. But this is who Manchester United are. Brentford, from minute 1, were dominant. They were dominant. For the entire first half, they played them off the pitch. Genuinely. The first goal, Maguire and De Ligt look like Chuckle Brothers back there. Had Bayender not made 2 like amazing saves, they would have went down by more because they didn't seem to get the memo that Brentford are one of the best set piece teams in this league. They know how to utilize those long throws and those corners and those free kicks to their advantage because they have so many players in their team that can get up and get the headers. Manchester United genuinely should have been down by like 4 goals in the first half. And then they got the scrappy goal and it made it look closer than it really was. The second half was more of a scrap, but genuinely, every single game for Manchester United feels this way, where they have little moments where they, have good little bits of play, but if things don't really skew in their favor, they cannot play. They genuinely feel like that type of team that needs everything to go in their favor. They need to be at home. They need the other team to go down a man. They need them to make huge mistakes in order for them to win the game. If it's going band for band, bar for bar, they're not winning, period. And this is a Brentford side that has not been that good this season. They also have some frailties. They are also low on confidence, but you would have thought in that first half that they were Bayern Munich, genuinely. The way that they're playing off the pitch. And Brentford, you will always be famous in this house. The way that they continue to find these strikers. Igor Thiago, I think his name is like Thiago. Let me look it up. Igor Thiago. 2 goals. The first one was brilliant. And I think he probably should have had a third. Genuinely, he could have had a hat trick. Sade, you're the next man up for sure. That is going to be the next big sale from Brentford because that guy is so fast. He is so good, and he's been good since last season. But Manchester United could not deal with them in the first half. In the first half, they were getting blammed, bopped, smacked, slapped. Like, it was so bad. Again, had Bayender not made 2 worldy saves, they would have been down by 4. Genuinely. This obsession. I just cannot get over the Bruno Fernandes of it all. I just cannot. After the penalty miss against Fulham, and I feel like he probably has a good record. I don't have to really look it up because I've seen him make penalties, but I've seen him miss enough where I feel like if you have Cunha or you have Mbeumo on the pitch, maybe they should maybe take one just in case, just to see. I get that he's the captain. I get that Ruben Amorim trusts him, but it feels like this trust is almost being like handed out a little bit too easily now. You missed one earlier on in the season at Fulham, and now you missed again. Now, I do think that the stalling in between those substitutions and all that kind of stuff threw Bruno Fernandes off, but a 30-year-old experienced player should not be getting thrown off because we had to take a little bit more time for the penalty, genuinely. He should have been putting that in the back of the net, equalizing the game for Manchester United and giving them an opportunity to go ahead and win that game. Now, the entire yellow card, red card, VAR situation with Nathan Collins, I don't really understand how he evaded the red card. If somebody can explain it to me in the comment section, I would love that, because people are saying double jeopardy, but I just feel like the rules clearly say that denial of a goal scoring opportunity, Dogzo, red. And that's what he did. He pulled Mbeumo back, right? So I don't know how he evaded the red there. If somebody can explain it to me, that would be great. I am at a loss, somebody that really understands what happened there, or if it was just a genuine mistake, a genuine F up by the referees. But that being said, Bruno still should be putting that away. You would imagine that at 2-2, Manchester United could have made a really good push, especially with 8 minutes of extra time to score, but they didn't. I felt like beyond the miss of the penalty, there really wasn't much from Manchester United after that point. It was just all Brentford, and then they went on to score the third goal, which was a brilliant goal. By the way, I think it was by Jensen, I want to say. So that was a really, really, really nice goal. On the counterattack, that dagger really, I don't know, Manchester United fans, I don't see it for you guys. I don't see it for Ruben Amorim. I really, really, really don't. I just think that, what more do you need to see? And there really needs to be a manager that's not afraid to drop Bruno Fernandes, because he genuinely is your Mbappe. He genuinely is your Mbappe. Like, as soon as you are free from him, other players will be able to breathe. There won't be like this cloud. I don't know what it is about him. Like, I've never seen a player that is such a, he's so good, but he's so bad. He's so good, but he's so bad. He does so many good things, but he does so many bad things. Missing 2 penalties in the first 5 games of the season, diabolical. Cost you guys 4 points, cost you guys the opportunity to push on and to add to the result that you had against Chelsea at home. Just completely soured the entire situation. And I don't know. Is it because he's Portuguese? I don't get it, but this isn't the first Manchester United manager that's had this undying love for Bruno Fernandes. I don't get it. But yeah, you can't play against 10 men every week. I thought against Chelsea that, all things considered, Man United deserved the win, but all things considered was waterlogged pitch. You're at home, a man up for half the game, and Chelsea in a slump, but I do think if most teams put up a decent fight against Manchester United, they will lose the game. They will lose the game. They are weak-minded, defensively, a shambles. I'm sorry. You haven't kept a clean sheet all season, and you haven't played good teams the entire season. No clean sheets. And don't look like keeping a clean sheet either. This whole idea that these De Ligts and these Maguires are good, oh no, they're good, but they just need, they're not that good. And what's in front of them ain't good either. That first goal that you guys gave up was just laughable. Genuinely. One straight pass in behind, and that Thiago just straight into your goal and bam, into the back of the net. And Manchester United fans are sitting around, or Manchester United players are looking around like offside. But I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed myself. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed myself. I thought, if I'm going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, please let me get something out of it. And I did. So I don't know, guys. But did you guys think it should have been a red card? I do think it should have been a red card. I think Collins, caught life, but I also think that, if you level the game up, Bruno Fernandes, your captain, levels the game up with that penalty, then you have a good chance to push with, whatever was left in regular time plus the 8 minutes of stoppage time to push and win that game with the changes of Mainu and Lenny Yoro coming in. But that deflated the group, and, Brentford got stronger after that. They got more solidified and then scored that third goal. Ruben Amorim is obsessed with Bruno Fernandes, and that is killing y'all for sure. And yeah, if any team puts up any decent amount of fight, they will beat you. Period. Point blank. Um, but you can't play against 10 men every week. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.